to press record. First time, computer and record going. Okay, so today we are going to do where's the one that I want? Hold on. We click on here, and then I go here. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, fast track your best-selling book action plan is what we're going to talk about today. So have you guys started your writing process at all, or what you're doing?
I've started a little bit, and then I kind of got like writer's block for a minute. So I've been stewing on some more ideas, but there's stuff in the pipeline for sure.
Excellent. So, and how about you, Lucy?
So I have been thinking on it a lot. I'm just actually running a workshop series this week, starting tomorrow on boosting self-confidence. And then I'm also launching my proper program from Sunday, which is called Empower Her. So I've just been a bit distracted on getting all of my back-end stuff for that sorted. But that should all be squared away within the next week. And then I'll be able to focus on writing.
Excellent. Well, last week, what we talked about was kind of like choosing the theme for what kind of book we wanted to write. So whether we want it to be like a program, like explaining our program, whether we wanted it to be more like a my story, so giving your own story of what happened in your life and what's going on, maybe some expert stuff, maybe something that's more inspirational. So we were kind of talking about how to get started. And so first steps is for like, if your client or your goal base was like people just starting out on the journey, whereas so basically what we want to do is whatever is in your chapter is almost like marketing for your program or whatever you want to do in the long run with your business. So you don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about, oh, is my chapter different than someone else's? Like, that's the purpose of an anthology, to have all different styles kind of in at the same time. And so what we talked about last week was just kind of like, depending on which style of book we wanted to do, tips for how to get started. So we talked about maybe getting a little bit of research done or a little bit of background information on our chapter, and being able to potentially interview people who would be interested in being part of the journey. Does that sound like it fits with either of you for what you're doing, or are you going for a totally different style?
No, that fits in pretty closely with what I'm doing, and I'm kind of using the workshop stuff that I'm running as well to kind of like gather information and see what my ideal client or our ideal reader would be looking for. So sounds really good.
Awesome. How about you, Danny? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking more along the lines of, I never had thought about it relating to my business, but so now I really need to think about that, because I'm just starting a business, a healing business, but I feel like my story could tie right into that, honestly. So,
well, and we talked last week about hooks, right? Like putting a catchy title or like something that draws in. So your story could be part of your hook, like your draw.
Yep. I just hadn't really, I guess I hadn't gotten that far yet in the process to even, to like consider that. So now I'm like, oh, yeah, I could do that. Just haven't gotten there yet. So that's great. I love it.
Yep. No, I know when we were talking about ideas last week, it was kind of like, oh, even for myself, because this anthology is a lot different than other ones that I had, like the Mums in STEM one that I'd worked on. So it's like a different style and a different philosophy and stuff. So questions to ask just to make sure, because it is only 2,500 words, so we're trying to get everybody sort of intrigued by what we're doing. So is my book transformative? How could it change my reader's life? And then there's a whole little worksheet here. We don't have to have the title perfect on the first try. It's kind of like, what are like 6 or 7 potential things you could call your chapter? And then kind of even thinking of just those one-liners sometimes gives us ideas on what we want to write about and how we want to do it. And then sometimes they just have like a little exercise here, you know, like how you were saying you're feeling a little bit of writer's block, or maybe you wanted to get going but you're not quite. So it's like flipping things. So when the thought pops in our head, like, oh, I'm not a writer, I'm not good enough to write this, flipping it to, oh, but I am a great communicator. It's just like talking to a client. Or I am enough, my story and message matters. So other coaches and experts write books, not me. What could we flip it to? Hi, Amy.
Hi.
So we could, you know, say, hey, my skills are up there too, or my work matters. I don't have time to write a book. I can spend 10 minutes twice a day working on chapters. Or if this is a priority, I'll get it done. So just kind of, it's very normal to be like, when we start writing, be like, oh my gosh. We initially get excited when we sign the contract, and then when we actually have to do the like writing part of it, it's like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? So kind of working on some of those beliefs. And then even how you want to write it could be different. I mean, sometimes people just want to sit down and write. Other times, maybe it's more helpful to like talk it out. So use like a voice to text, do some Skype or Zoom interviews with other people, use the iPhone or Android recording app. Sometimes ghostwriters, they interview you and then they do the writing part for it. It does have a cost with it, and you'd have to research your own. I don't personally know any, but some people use ghostwriters in order to get their stuff. And then like we were talking about last week, sometimes if we go through old blogs or worksheets or sessions that you've done in the past, that can really help with the writing process as well. Any other tips that anyone could recommend that they've been using?
No, they're all really amazing ideas, and I love the reframing. That's really great. Thank you.
No problem. And I know for myself, I have to, in June, I kept saying I was too busy because I'm a teacher and it was the end of the school year. And now I'm noticing that I'm doing a little tiny bit of, oh, I'll go for a walk, like procrastination. I just need to nip it in the bud and be like, I got to get this done. And like in terms of this one-on-one support, so part of like, it's not mandatory, but you know, if you're available, part of what we can do during this author's time is do a little bit of that one-on-one. So we had said last week we were maybe going to come up with some titles and some potential ideas. Danny and Lucy, I know you weren't at that meeting, but did you see those notes? Did you have anything you wanted to share today, or?
I didn't see the notes. I feel like I'm missing something.
Usually at the end of this week I'll put the actual link because I'm recording it. But the other weeks, because I was on my phone, I wasn't able to record it. In the I Am Worthy Facebook group, I usually put like a little summary of what we talked about. So if you ever miss a meeting, you can always look back in there.
Okay, I need to make sure I get the notifications. So I need to go in there and because I haven't even seen anything.
I missed the notes as well, so I'll definitely jump back in and check that out.
Okay. Yeah,
I did look for a link for a video, but there wasn't one, and I was like, oh, it must, like, I didn't think to look for notes, though.
My groups.
How are you today, Amy?
I'm good. I'm tired right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Perfect.
I'm not sure am I in the group? Because I'm like looking through my groups.
You were definitely invited to it. Let me stop share for a second and see if I can make sure you're in there, Danny.
Okay.
Jeez, I don't have her in here. No.
That would be why I don't know what is happening. Okay.
Okay, hold on. Oh, I
Danny,
can't.
is your last name Powski?
Poweski.
Yeah.
Powesky, yeah.
I'll send you an invite.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. See if did that come through?
Yep, I just got it. So now I'm gonna
Okay.
go in there and make sure I get the notifications. Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome.
Perfect. So as you can probably tell by my beautiful glow right now, Calgary's a little bit warm for the summer. You're in winter, right, Lucy?
Yes, it's currently like -2 or something.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Come here. It's like 100 degrees here.
I would love to.
Yeah.
I have a chocolate bar for you too.
I'm on the next plane.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Canada does Celsius, so it's like 30 degrees Celsius here. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit, but
I think everybody does that. Lucy probably understands that more than she understands mine. Don't we always do it different here? I don't know. Yeah.
So now it says I was added, but I can't go to the group. It says the content isn't available. I don't know. I'll try it later, but if I have an issue after a little while, Erin, I'll just message you directly.
yeah, that sounds perfect.
I had some trouble
Okay,
joining
I don't wanna
group
hold
too,
us up.
remember, Erin? I don't know what was going on with that, but we got
Yeah,
there
no,
eventually.
yeah, I set the, I wonder if I have to invite you, Danny, because I set it
Maybe.
as a private group.
Okay.
So I'll try.
You might have to approve it, Erin,
Oh, that might be it.
because you're the owner of the group, but or change the setting as to who we can invite or not.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. So, now that we've gone through our little booklet, and we're going to do one of those booklets every week until publishing, just so you guys know. So that was our second out of 12 booklets. On the details of that stuff, did you guys notice the timelines? Okay.
Yeah.
So, so, so we put the chart of the timelines up. Now I know on the contract it says by, October 25th or whatever comes first. The reason why we have the different dates is that we're still signing authors right now. And so some of them might need a little more time than the original group, which is why we have to why the contract said a little bit of a different timeline than that. So our goal is to get it through to the first. Just give me 1 second.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, hey. Those dresses and shoes were pretty fancy.
Thanks. How's everybody? I must admit, I'm not great. I had to have a tooth taken out today, and I don't feel brilliant. How about you?
Yeah, I'm not doing so great. I thought that I should just like stop my meds, and that was a mistake. So I called the doctor today, and she's like, no, you need to titrate a little longer. I'm like, oh, okay. Is that why I'm totally sick? She's like, yeah. So I'm trying to get off of my anxiety meds, and it's
Oh.
just taking forever. So
Yeah, I'm sure.
but there's so much going on. So I was like, well, maybe it's not necessarily a good time anyway.
Mm,
Pretty
yeah.
much messed up
I
my
think
week.
Yeah.
Sorry. So we're still working on gathering authors and trying to get everything going. Thanks so much, Deborah, for providing the your testimonial, because when I put that out, we got a few more. I don't know if we have any more signs signed, but we had a few more people reaching out and saying they were interested in participating. And so, yeah, so part of what we said we were going to do with this time as well is sort of share some words of wisdom or what was going on this week, and anything like that. So does anyone have anything that they would like to share with the group?
I'm exhausted.
Yes. Me too.
Oh my goodness.
It's been a big week.
Well, your van got fixed, right, Deborah?
It has, but I'm still short of about $900 to pay for it, and they won't let me have it until I've got the rest of the money.
Oh no. So where are you? Are you staying with a friend?
Well, right now, I'm actually with my cousins in London. I'm not with my van.
Oh, okay.
But I go back to I go back on Thursday. So I'm sort of like coming up with some ingenious ideas of how to raise the rest of the money.
There you go. Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Should give you like a payment plan.
Yeah. I said, can I take the van now? He said no. But words of wisdom, one thing I've learned this week is to be really careful of when I fall into victim mode.
Okay.
That's a good one.
It's
Tell
really
us
easy.
a little more, Deborah.
You know, when you just get into that sense of poor me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and how you can't manifest from there. Definitely not.
Mm.
You got to be like in, you know, in that place of high vibe where
Mhm.
everything is coming, it's all flowing,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
it is all as it's meant to be. But it's hard when you feel tired or in pain. I was just saying, Erin, I had a big tooth taken out today, so I'm
Oh
feeling a bit rough around the edges today. Yeah. Anyway, that was my thing this week. Was like, ooh, I felt myself going into victim mode a few times this week.
Mhm.
yeah, definitely. Well, and that's what I love about this group is that people are lifting each other up and inspiring each other, even though people have been through challenging times. We're able to sort of I'm feeling overwhelmed a bit this week too. So when other people are feeling like headachy and whatever, I'm like, yeah, okay, gotcha. I can feel you.
Mhm.
How about you,
Yeah.
Lucy? Oh, sorry.
No, go.
Amy,
It's
was
fine.
that
Go
you?
ahead. Yeah. I'll
Danny?
wait. It's good. It's good. Yeah. I'll
No,
wait.
go ahead, Danny.
Okay. Um, I just heard something in one of my like affirmation meditations is that it's easy to get like offended by things, you know, or people or, you know, circumstances, whatever. And that's not always the intention. And just to be reminded, like, that it's our choice whether or not we're going to be offended. And it was such a good reminder for me because it is a choice. And it's really powerful when you realize you do have that power. And like you were talking about, Deborah, about manifesting and just trying to stay grateful even when bad things are happening. It's really hard. Or when someone does maybe, you know, not intentionally, but you get hurt or, you know, offended some way. And so just trying to move forward with an open heart and not an offended spirit, you know. And it's not always easy, but when I heard that, it was a reminder that I needed to hear. So I thought I'd share.
Awesome.
you.
Thank you so much, Danny.
Mm-hmm.
Lucy, something that stood out to you this week.
Well, I'm vibing high. My energy is amazing. I'm having a fantastic time. So I'll bring some good vibes into the group and hold space for you all while you're just journeying through the emotions and situations that you're in. And I'll just lift you all up and support you where I can there. I'm just living my best life. So things are coming together really well. Just starting to see the fruition of like stepping out of that victim mode and stepping into my creator and making conscious choices, and now seeing those small conscious choices from like months ago starting to come to fruition now is really amazing, rather than living in that unconscious choice and victim kind of space that I used to live in. So that's really fun. And yeah, the thing that's kind of been settling with me this week is kind of like letting go of resistance. So where I'm not fully living in the energy or bringing in the things that I want in my life or that I feel like I'm lacking, instead of trying to like problem solve and figure out a way to bring these things in, it's like, what am I resisting that's kind of stopping them from coming in? So like, where can I just let go of stuff rather than put more processes or systems or things in place to try and figure out a workaround? It's like, what can I just let go of, and what can I just like be free of rather than hold on to? So yeah, just trying to like release resistance and flow is where I'm at.
Awesome. I love it. And Amy, I know you're super tired, but any words of wisdom this week?
Oh my goodness. The best is yet to come. How about that? That's where I am right now.
I love it. I love it. Well, here's to week 3 when I actually do believe I recorded us.
Yeah.
Next phase, upload it. It will be great. Okay, so we're almost at the end of our half hour. Feel free to reach out and share if you need anything, and we will see you again on Monday.
Sounds perfect.
Amazing. Thanks, Erin.
Sounds good.
Hey.
All right. Thanks, Darren.
Thank you.